Hey guys, welcome. I am Bianca. I'm going to be hosting your call for you tonight. I'm going to give a couple of minutes until my partner in crime can log in. I'm going to go and post the link one more time in our event just in case someone missed it. It happens, life gets crazy and then people are looking for the link and they can't find it. It happens. And so let's do that for them. Let's just give them a little hand just in case, right? So as long as I can find it, there it is. All right. Give you guys a couple of minutes to get on. There is my page. Where's my Facebook? I have I'm one of those people that gets like a bazillion million, whatchamacallit, windows up, and then I can't find anything. Yeah, that's pretty much what's happened right now. Okay, so here we go. I'm posting the link, giving people a couple of minutes to hop on. And we'll get started in just a second. But I promise you guys, this is built in, and we will still close at 9:30, just like promised. Let me just post the link. All right. I just got a message from Kasia saying she's getting on. Okay, perfect. So, hey, welcome. I am super excited to be talking to you guys about the business opportunity. Sorry about the tired face. It is late at night, but this is actually one of the times that I used to build my business. You may or may not hear my kids screaming in the background because I do have my office at my house. And unfortunately, it's an open loft, so we can actually hear each other. And the kids were out with my husband. They went out, to get some decorations and stuff for Halloween. And they just got home. So, they're still up, which normally they should be in bed by now, but everybody's up. And so you may hear a little bit of screaming because how bedtime is. I don't know if you guys have kids, you probably can imagine. So I will share my slide with you guys just so I keep on track and we cover all the information. First off, let me just thank you guys for being here, for giving us the opportunity to talk to you about the Beachbody opportunity. Oh, what did I do? There we go. To give you guys to give us an opportunity to share with you, what we do on a daily basis. I know that it can be a little scary when you get invited. Maybe if somebody invited you for coaching, you can be like, I don't know if that's for me. It seems a little weird. You guys are always working out, and do you guys eat normal food? And why are you always so happy? And so I know we're a weird bunch. So thank you for having the open mind to just come here and join us. Even that's a big step. And I promise you, there's nothing for us to gain in trying to talk you into the opportunity. Really, this is just an open talk where we're just going to share with you what we do. And so for those of you that are watching, maybe not everybody knows me, but my name is Bianca. I'm actually the founder of Team Renegade Fire. I've been a coach for 5 years, and if you know my story, then you can probably know this part, so you can tune me out for a minute. But basically, I started as a discount coach. I started back in 2013, about a year after I had my first daughter, my middle daughter. I have 3 kids. I'm a wife. I'm a mom of 3 girls. My oldest is 16 years old. She's going to be 17. Gosh, it goes by so fast. She's going to be 17 in January. And then my middle one, Allie, she is going to be 6 this Sunday. And I have a baby named Valentina, and she's 3, going to be 4 in November. So basically my story started back after I had Allie. And she was 8 months old when I first decided that I had to do something about my health. I have always been a very active person. I was one of those girls that really liked sports from a very early age. I played volleyball in school, and I actually really just enjoyed working out. And I've never really had any issues with my weight up until I got pregnant with Allie. When I got pregnant with Allie, it was after a series of long months trying to conceive. And in that course, I had 2 miscarriages. And so the one thing that I used to do, we lived in New York at this point, and we used to live right next to a park. And what I was doing every day was running, right? I used to run 5 miles, 5K every day. And so the doctor couldn't explain why I kept having the miscarriages. And so he said, maybe scale back a little bit on your workout routine. And so I did, obviously, because I wanted so desperately to get pregnant. And I, at the first instance that he mentioned that it could be because I was exercising too much, I didn't scale back. I just completely stopped. And so, within a couple of months, I did get pregnant. And obviously I was so dead scared that I was going to miscarry again that I dare not get off that couch. And to combine with that, I have a really bad sweet tooth. And that saying, if you're pregnant, you're eating for two. Well, I literally took that to heart and I ate everything that was in sight. A part of it was anxiety because I didn't want to lose the baby. And the other part is just because I didn't have, I wasn't worried about gaining any weight. And so, yeah, sure enough, I was pre-diabetic in that pregnancy. I gained 65 pounds. I didn't know, I wasn't really worried because I figured once I had the baby, I was going to lose the weight because, again, I'd never been a big girl. So I was just like, it's just, this is just pregnancy related. And so she was born and I started trying to do the things that I normally did when I wanted to lose weight. I cut carbs, I literally just didn't eat, I was very unhappy and just didn't know what I was supposed to do. I knew that I wanted to work out, but working out was just not an option. Allie was a difficult baby. We had just moved to Florida and, the one thing that I was doing before, which was running, I couldn't go back to because she just wouldn't sit still. She was one of those babies that would not sit in a car seat or in a little, she wouldn't sit in a stroller. We went out and bought a little jogging stroller and she was just not having it. She would scream bloody murder. And it was hot, so I don't even blame her. So the things that I knew to do just weren't working at that point. And I just started a new job as a nurse here in Florida. And at that time I was also working as a flight attendant, right? I've been a flight attendant with Delta for 10 years, actually 11. It's going to be 11 years in January. So I was working both jobs and I just didn't know how was I ever going to make this happen? I didn't know where to start. And I really felt frustrated because the weight wasn't coming off. I would lose a little bit, 10 pounds here and there, right? If I would do a diet where I cut carbs for a week, I would drop 10 pounds. But then the next week I would just go back to eating the carbs and then I would gain 20 pounds. And, so it was just, that was the yo-yo cycling that I was going through. And the more I went through it, the worse I felt, the more frustrated with myself I felt. And I literally thought that there was something wrong with me. I remember thinking that my hormones must be off or I had a thyroid problem. Everything went through my head. And I just lived in that frustration. And to top that off, I've always dealt with anxiety and depression. And at that point, right before I got pregnant, I got off all that medication. So I think a little bit of postpartum depression, a little bit of isolation because I was in a new city and I didn't know anyone. All my friends were away. The stress of learning a new career because I was a brand new nurse. I had just gotten hired at the hospital. Even though I'd been a nurse for a while, I had never worked in a hospital before. So that all was new. And so the stress from that and just life, and just Allie not sleeping, the combination of everything, it just really made me feel like a failure. And I was just isolated, depressed. The more that I tried to get the weight off, the more that I failed, the worse I felt. And I was just literally in a downward spiral. And it was at that point that, a friend had started a workout program. I actually had seen the workout program on TV and I had already purchased it. So I was literally one of those people that saw an Insanity infomercial and I ordered it. And I knew that my best friend was doing it, but I didn't want to order from her because I really didn't think that it was going to work. And I didn't want anybody to know that I was doing that. And so I ordered Insanity and I started doing Insanity on my own. But I was one of those people that did not understand that the nutrition really played a big part in it. And so I would work out at home, I'd wait for Allie to fall asleep and I would work out for 2 hours with Insanity and burn 800 calories. But then I would eat a pizza and cheeseburger for dinner. So I really wasn't seeing much results at all. But I was feeling stronger. And I had those positive endorphins flowing again. And so even though I wasn't getting results, I was already I felt like something, I was on the right path. And it was at that point, maybe a month into Insanity that friend messaged me and she was like, I know what you're doing. I know you're trying to lose weight. I know you're struggling and I want to help you. So I told you guys that my kids would run and hear me screaming, right? So it was at that point that my friend messaged me and she was like, I know what you're doing and I want to help you. And she's like, I'm a coach and I want to get you in my challenge group and I'm going to teach you what to eat. I'm going to teach you like how to make this workout thing work for you. I'm going to teach you all the things that you need to do in order to make this work. And she was doing a program that was done by the same personal trainer that was Shanti, but it was only 25 minutes. And instead of Insanity, like the crazy workouts that it was that I couldn't even do it at 65 pounds overweight, this was a beginner's program. And so it was a much better fit for me where I was in my journey. And so she hooked me up with that and she made me buy Shakeology because I was like, this stuff is just expensive protein powder. And I have some stuff here that I drank that works better. And, I didn't want to buy it, but she's like, no, listen, she's like, just sign up as a discount coach, get it at a discount, and start doing your program. And she's like, and if it doesn't work, just send it back. They'll send you your money back. So I was like, fine. At that point, I really didn't have much to lose. So I was just like, all right, let me try it out. And sure enough, if you guys know my story, within 2 months I was doing T25, I had lost 33 pounds. So combined in the first 3 months with these programs, I had lost 37 pounds. It was crazy. And the people at work started to notice and they were asking me like, what are you doing? Because literally my scrubs are falling off of me. And as they started to ask me, I didn't really have confidence to be their coach. So I would message my coach and say, hey, can you help my friend? She wants to lose some weight. And so my friend started talking, over me, and she started speaking to me in a quality like, why can't you coach them? Like, why wouldn't you be able to? And then I really didn't have the confidence. I really didn't think I had what it took to be a good coach. I was still overweight. Mind you, I'd lost some weight, but I was still overweight. And so I was thinking, who's going to want me as their coach? And to top it all off, you guys heard like what I had going on. I was a new nurse. I had a newborn baby that was difficult at home. I was a new nurse. I was working as a flight attendant. So I wasn't like, we had just moved here. Like everything was just saying, no, don't do this. But something in me just tugged at my heart and said, you know what? You really enjoy helping people. Why not? Why not you? You're a smart girl and you're making this work for you and people are asking for your help. Like, why not you? And so at that point I said, yeah, you know what? Why not? And so I still don't know. I can't tell you why I decided to say yes to the opportunity. I can tell you that I did. And I am so happy that I did. Like, I know that if you follow my journey, you know that I've been 5 years into coaching and that it's my passion to the point where I'm a little annoying about it. I post about it all the time. I talk about it all the time. I invite people to join my business all the time. And that's all because I really think that this was such a blessing in my life. And I know, like, I remember how I felt when I was down in my little world, trying to lose weight on my own, isolated without help from anyone and just feeling really bad about myself. And I know what this program did for me and my life. And so I want to help as many people as I can by sharing and talking about it, because I don't want anybody to feel what I felt. I don't want anybody to feel like a failure. I don't want anybody to resent their babies. I don't want anybody to think that there's something wrong with them because they can't lose weight. And so all that is like, really, it has become my mission in life, just to seek those people out, find them and help them wherever they are in their lives. And so that's why I'm so passionate about this business. Sorry, guys, that's my husband yelling. I said, before I started the call, I said, please don't let the kids yell. And the kids are not yelling, but he is. So you may be asking yourself, like, okay, how did I end up on this call, right? So maybe somebody from our team kind of like scouted you out and thought that this would be a good fit for you. And there's a number of like people that we are looking for to join our team, but usually, I'll be honest with you guys, it's the people who are in our challenge groups. And the reason for that is simply because of what I was saying about my journey. The coaches are not fitness experts. They're not personal trainers. They're not, they don't understand all there is to know about nutrition. They're definitely not people who are out trying to sell people other things. So you don't have to be a good salesperson to be a coach. And then you definitely don't have to be at your goal weight. So a good coach comes usually for the most part, for our team, it's people who are doing our programs. It's people who are actually following. They're in our challenge groups. Perhaps they're not even thinking about coaching, but they are, they're following the programs. They're falling in love with them. They're getting results, and people are asking them what they're doing. And so really, it just kind of flows from there. I really think that the best coaches come from challengers because they believe in our mission. They understand that what we're doing here is not simply helping people lose a few pounds. We're actually helping them change their mindsets, and we're helping them live a healthier and more fulfilling lives. Like, yeah, the workouts are great. Yeah, the shakes are awesome. Everything that we have to offer is really amazing. We are the top leading company in terms of health and nutrition, but that's not what this is about. Like, this is about the community. So we're really looking, if you got invited, it's because we think that you're someone who's positive, upbeat, you love life, you're self-motivated, and we can tell that you like to help others. So really good. Just like off the top of my head, moms are really good at this because they tend to be selfless, but they tend to, take such good care of their kids that they forget about themselves. So this usually gives them a little bit of a purpose, an extra purpose, so that they can start focusing, even if it's just for that half hour, they can start focusing on themselves again. And nurses, teachers, anybody who has a love or a passion for caring for others are usually very good coaches as well. We tend to have a lot of those on our team. And if you're a flight attendant and you're watching this, this just makes sense because we have so much downtime, when we're on layovers, and I know we like to go out with the crew and spend money and drink the wine and all that, but that doesn't really serve us. So this is a really good opportunity for anybody that's trying to bring in a side income and who just wants to find a different purpose for their lives. So I just want you to put your hearts at ease. Like, you don't have to be quote unquote what you think would be a good coach, because normally what you think would be a good coach is not even what a good coach is. I definitely didn't think that I had what it took to be a good coach. I have Kasia here too. She started much like me. I'll let her tell you a little bit of her story. Her slide's up next anyway. So Kasia, if you can unmute yourself and share with them like a little bit of how you got started being a coach, and share with them a little bit of your story. You're muted, so you'd have to unmute yourself. Do you see the little microphone up top?
Can you hear me now?
There you go. Yeah.
Okay, well, you have to apologize. I just changed my phone and I had to upload this app, and my internet connection at this hotel room is not working. So I do apologize, but I'm here. Hi.
It's okay. It's okay. We had Shane screaming in the background already, so I think we're good.
I figure out this new phone. I haven't changed phone for years. So anyway, hi guys. My name is Kasia, and welcome. Welcome to our call. I hope you guys will enjoy it and get something good out from it. I am a Beachbody coach for over a year now, a little bit year and a half, I would say. And I have signed up initially with Bianca, and I was looking just whatever Bianca was saying. I was a mom, a new mom of a little boy, and I was just looking for something that would help me lose extra pounds and get into better shape, and basically live a healthier life. I have kind of lost myself after having my son. I am a flight attendant as well. So basically, returning to work when he was 8 months old, basically spiraled my nutrition and my wellness even worse. I have gained a lot of weight that not necessarily I wasn't overweight, but I wasn't feeling comfortable in my own body. So I was just looking for a solution for a busy mom, for a working mom, and I found it in our programs. By following Bianca, I have met her through a social media or a friend of mine on social media, and I have connected with her because she was a busy mom as well. She was a flight attendant, and she showed up every single day for herself, for her wellness. And I really enjoyed watching her, and I enjoyed how she was inspiring others around her. So I contacted her, connected with her, decided to go with this challenge that she was running back into late 2016. It was actually fall of 2016, and I was like, this is it. I'm just gonna go all the way in, and I'm gonna give it my best because I really need a change. So I signed up for that challenge group. I followed the challenge group. I did really well. I ended up losing 20 pounds with the fitness and wellness programs that we do offer. I fell in love with the nutrition meal plan. I fell in love with the accountability group because it really helped me keep myself accountable, right? And it really helped me stay motivated on the days where I didn't feel like pushing play. So I was really successful with that. I really enjoyed it, and I showed up for myself. Posted in Bianca's group, and then Bianca has reached out to me and said, "Hey, you would really be a great coach. Have you thought about coaching?" And back then, I really didn't know much about coaching. I just knew that Bianca was my coach, and I just pretty much, she mentored me through my own wellness journey. And I was kind of like clueless, when she asked me, would you like to be a coach? You would make a perfect coach because you show up and you are just product of a product and you love our products and you just share that positive mindset that we're looking for. So when she asked me initially, I was like really hesitant because I was still working on myself. And I was like, how can I honestly help someone else when I'm still working on myself? And then Bianca was like, well, think what would make you a good coach. Don't necessarily think what would make you fail as a coach, but think what would make you a good coach. And then I took a second thought and I was like, well, what would make me a good coach is that I love to help others. And if Bianca has helped me find this new motivation and change this mindset of mine, where I was sluggish, not working out since college days. I'm 36 years old. I haven't worked out since college days up till 2016. And if she could find that motivation, find that within her to inspire me, and I can do the same, because I love to help others, and I want to share with others that you can be a busy mom and you can still get your 30 minutes in to work out, and you can be constantly on the go, and you can find a healthy, way of living, that you can balance it all out. So I basically said yes to this opportunity, and I took it step by step, went through training, and basically day by day, I started like inviting my challengers. Now I run my own challenge groups. I co-host challenge groups, free groups, and I really, like Bianca said, coaching has become part of my life. It has helped me and influenced me way below, way above wellness and fitness. Right? It has helped me with my fitness. It has helped me with my wellness. It has taught me a balance and clean nutrition. It has encouraged me to show up and hold myself accountable. Because if I don't hold myself accountable, if I don't show up for you, who is my client, right, to show you that it's done and it can be done, then you will, you will not see that motivation within. I'm here to motivate you. So basically, like, above, more than wellness and fitness, I see the mindset shift and mindset change, a lot of positive thoughts, a lot of personal growth, and it has really helped me, my family, my life change for the better. So I hope that you find something from me and that will inspire you. And that's pretty much it.
Yeah, that was awesome. Thanks, girl, for sharing that. I know we talk a lot about the physical transformations, and you have a physical transformation as well. You were never like a big girl, but you do still have you have the little abs and everything coming in. It's awesome. And then, like, the most important thing is that you're motivating others around you, right? You're motivating people around you, your friends, your family, everybody's kind of catching on to what you're doing, and it's spreading. And I know that sweet boy of yours is like looking up to you for your example that you're giving. I know I'm inspired by you and your dedication. So thank you for sharing that, girl. So, basically she kind of shared with you guys, like, what do we do on a daily basis? We really are motivators. I like to think of us as cheerleaders, really, as cheerleaders, because what we do is encourage people to stay and hold them accountable to their fitness goals. And so, you know, when we talk about coaching, we talk about challenge groups, and maybe you've been in a challenge group and you know what they're all about. But if you've never heard of Beachbody, you've never done a challenge group with us before, let me explain to you guys a little bit, like very briefly, on how it works. Basically, what we do as coaches is we invite people to our challenge groups, much like the one that I explained to you guys in the beginning of the call when I told you my friend invited me to one. Usually they last 30 days, some last 60, some last 90. We have one going right now that is going to be lasting 90 days. So we opened it up last month. It's going to go all the way through the end of the year. These fitness groups, we actually put all of our challengers. So everybody that has purchased a challenge pack, which is a fitness program, and the clean eating plus the supplements, so they get put into this group where we basically give people tips on how to get it done. And so we post every day, we go live in there, we share with them the things that are working for us. And we are not like experts on fitness or nutrition. Beachbody does that for them. Like, we have really great personal trainers and nutritionists that put these programs together. And we basically are the people who follow these programs. And if you want to consider us an expert in anything, we're experts in following the programs. We can actually show people how to get it done, because if we can be honest with ourselves, we all know what we're supposed to be doing. We all know that we need to work out, and we all know that, you know, we know what a good food is and what a bad food is. We don't need any more teaching on that. But at the end of the day, people want to know, how am I going to get this stuff done? Because it's not just my life that's busy. It's not just Kashia's. Like, it's everybody. Everybody nowadays in the world that we live in is just busy. We just, and I feel terrible when people say, oh, it's excuses. I'm making excuses. Sometimes, yeah, they're excuses, but more often than not, it's not excuses. It's just life. That's just how it goes. It's just how their day-to-day goes. And there is literally no time left for anything, let alone figuring out what they're going to eat, counting calories, measuring everything they eat, you know, and going to a gym, driving to a gym for half an hour, staying there for an hour and a half, and then driving home again. Like, that's 3 hours out of your day that you simply don't have. And so where we come in is, okay, you're going to get this website, and it's got these amazing programs on it. You're going to pick one that's going to align with your lifestyle and what you have going on right now with the time that you have available. And you're going to push play, maybe half an hour a day. Some of our programs are 10 minutes a day. And so it really just creates a way for busy people to get it done. And it's amazing how these 30-minute programs can give results the way that they do. And a lot of times we think that we need to, you know, work out for an hour or 2 hours, but you really don't. Like, that's what these programs are designed to do. They're hard. I'm not going to say they're easy. They're very hard. They're very challenging, but it's because they're condensed. You know, they take an hour's worth of workout and they condense it into 30 minutes, 20 minutes, or however long, and they package it pretty and they deliver it to your house. And so you got your nutrition guide that teaches you what to eat, and we teach you how to use them, how to use the containers, how to meal prep, and all that good stuff, so that you're not in the blind. Like, a lot of times it's just like, okay, I get it, I have to do this, but how? And so we show you how. And we as we're doing this, and we are following the programs ourselves, we are products of the products. So we model what we're doing, we share it on our social media, and as we're sharing it on social media, we're inviting people to join us in these challenge groups. And in there, we give them the support, the accountability that they need. We do check-ins with them so we can keep track of their progress, and we can help them make adjustments wherever needed. And so it's a lot of work, I'm not going to lie, but it's a lot of work that's simple to do because we have a system. And so it can be done in as little as 30 minutes a day, because that's what I did when I started my business. Remember, you guys, I was super busy, and so I didn't have a whole lot of time, but I dedicated some time to my training, and I dedicated some time for my challengers and for inviting and doing the daily activities that a coach does. And it grew. It just organically grew over time without me having to put in a whole lot of work in the beginning, but gradually doing just the basic daily behaviors that the coaches are supposed to do. It grew organically. And here I am 5 years later. I didn't mention this to you guys in the beginning, but I was actually able within a year and a half of coaching to leave my nursing job. I worked as a nurse and I was able to retire from that. I actually didn't enjoy that job at all. It was something that was draining my energy. It was wearing me down. I was not happy with it and I really wanted to leave, but we really needed an income. And so this provided a way for me to leave that and be home with my kids, which at that time I had a little baby. I had 3 kids, but one that was super small and I didn't want to leave in daycares. And so for me, this was a huge blessing. And it was something that I did with the little bit of time that I had available. So that's my specialty, is showing people who don't have a whole lot of time how to make it work, not just fitness wise, but also business wise. Like if you're a busy person and you tell me I don't have time for this business, I say great, because that's what I can work with. If you tell me that you spend the whole day at home and you have nothing to do, that makes it a little more difficult for me because that's just not how I am. So I'm super busy and I get it done, and I can teach you guys. It's definitely not rocket science. It's a very simple business. And so the benefits of coaching are so many. Even if like all else fails and you suck as a coach, you still get in shape, because you're following the program. So basically what you're doing is you're investing on something for yourself. And then if that flourishes and if you actually see the potential in it, like I did, then you can start thinking about becoming your own boss, making your own hours, having the supplemental income, which, by the way, you guys, my husband is a financial advisor, and he says like there is no way that a family can survive in just one income anymore. Like you need different sources of income coming from different places. For example, I broke my leg 4 months ago, and if I relied only on my flight attendant job, we would be suffering financially, but I don't. I was able to just lean in a little bit, work a little bit more hours in my business, bring in a little bit of extra income, and we didn't suffer with that. And that was such a blessing. You just don't understand how fragile our whole life is and how quickly things can change. I literally I was fine one morning and then I was completely invalid. Like I was on a couch, not able to take off my own underwear the next day. And for somebody that is as active as I am, for that to happen and not to be able to work, it literally can happen to anybody. And we really just don't know what could happen tomorrow. So it's really important that, you start thinking about these things. Even if coaching is not for you, if I leave you with anything else, start thinking of another way to bring in an income or something that you can rely on. So you're not left like that. You're not left out if something like that happens to you, because that can be devastating. And so the benefits are many. You're going to, get many, it's not just the financial, though. We talked about with Kasia, for example, was the emotional, the internal transformation that people don't see, because we really focus on personal development. So you're going to be working on yourself as well, physically and mentally. And so that pours over into other areas of our lives. There's rewards, paid for trips that we get every year if you meet certain goals. And then you get to surround yourself with positive people, because that's what we do. We hang out together. We're always on Zooms and little video conferences like this one. Like Kasia and I have never met in person, but we've known each other for a year and a half. And she probably knows more about my life than most people do, because we talk so much, And so you really do get to hang out with people who are working on themselves, growing, who are, positive, who are going to lift you up. And so it is a really good, positive community to surround yourself with. And you're just going to become a happier, healthier version of yourself when you join as a coach. So if you're thinking, how can I be successful? We offer all the training. Everything is online. You will do it on your own time. We do have a coach training boot camp. The next one starts on the 29th. So it's next week on Monday. We're wrapping up one right now. We do one once a month. And so you go through that 30-day coach training. Beachbody also offers their own, which is amazing. So you can kind of pick and choose which style works best for you. The Beachbody one is self-paced. Ours has a week where we go more intensely into what the vital behaviors are. So you get a good foundation, but you choose whatever works best for you. Some people are more of a self-paced learner. And so we'll give you all the stuff that you need: the guides, the scripts, the sample posts. We'll work with you on developing your story, on how to share it, how to start posting, kind of overcoming that fear. Because I know a lot of you probably are thinking, I don't know if I want to post my pictures in bikinis on social media. Listen, you guys, not everybody has to do what I do. There's lots of coaches who are very successful. Actually, we happen to be on the #1 team of the network, and the top coach her name is Melanie Mitro. If you want to look her up, she's actually our upline, and she's amazing. And she's never posted a single picture in a bikini. I don't think I've ever seen her in a bikini. So you don't have to do what I do. There's lots of ways to be creative and to make this work for you. So don't ever, think that, oh, I have to do exactly what Bianca does, and I can't post those videos that she does. And guys, there's a way around everything, and there is a way that you will find your voice as a coach to speak to your audience that may look completely different from what I do. You will have to find your own secret sauce, and that will help you with that. But don't let that intimidate you, thinking that you have to do exactly what I do, because you don't. Bianca's Bianca, and I don't want you stealing my customers. So I'm not going to teach you to be like me. I'm going to teach you to be like you. So your customers, who are people who would sign up with you, who most likely would not sign up with me because they wouldn't resonate with me. They would think that girl's crazy, her voice is annoying, whatever. They wouldn't, I'm not their cup of tea, but maybe you are. And so I'll teach you how to find your voice as your coach so you can speak to your audience. The main thing that I want you guys to get from this is that you don't have to reinvent the wheel. Everything is already done. It's what I use. It's what our top coach uses. It's what Kasia uses. It's a system. And basically, you're going to learn that system. Nothing about it is scary or not doable, you guys. So just know that there is a system in place and you guys will be in good hands. So if you're thinking, what's the cost? Let's just talk about first, if you're a challenger, if you're a current challenger and you already bought a challenge pack, you don't have to pay anything else. You would have to go online and sign up and pay the coach sign up fee, but Beachbody would refund you that money. If you decide, if you are brand new and you've never ordered a challenge pack before, you can start with a challenge pack that will give you a ticket into our next challenge group, and you would be you'd go in there as a new coach apprentice. So you don't have to coach anybody. You would just be a challenger. We work on your transformation first. If you sign up with the challenge pack, your first 30 days are free. Then ongoing, after the first 30 days, you would pay $15.95 every month, and that covers your websites, because you have a website that you send to people for them to buy their products. You don't have to buy anything up front. So there's no you don't have to buy any inventory to resell. We don't sell stuff. We just send people to the website and people order from there, and Beachbody sends it to their house, and you just give them the support. Beachbody also gives them the technical support, the customer service, and on top of that, as a coach, you get 25% discount on all products, which by itself is a great perk. So a lot of people who may not be ready for coaching yet, they want to just sign up to get the discounts, in which case is fine. That's how I signed up. So I know you can always change. You can sign up as a coach and you don't have to coach. But then if you decide that you want to coach, then you're already a coach and you don't need to sign up anymore. So that's usually what most people do, just for the discount. If you're military personnel, you don't pay anything. It's completely free. And there's never any cancellation fees or hidden fees. You guys know exactly what you're going to pay. You don't have an obligation to sell anything to stay as a coach. You don't have an obligation to buy anything to stay as a coach. So that's all. You can cancel it at any time. So if you're wondering how you sign up, you would talk to the person who invited you here. If it's me, just send me a message. Tell me what kind of coach you want to be, if you want to do it for the discount or if you want to do it as a hobby coach. A hobby coach is usually someone that just does the programs and may talk to people, but doesn't necessarily work the business. Maybe they'll make a post or two, but they're not all in, right? They're just people who would like to get their products paid for, and who would like to kind of play with the idea of coaching, but they're not ready to go all in yet. Or you could be a business builder, which is somebody that just says, nope, I need to replace my income by next year, and I'm going to go all in, and I'm going to learn this business, and I'm going to do everything you tell me. And this is somebody that really wants to make coaching a really a good full-time income. So you would pick a program at that point. You would order your pack, and you would join our next challenge group. And then you can decide and tell us which kind of coach you're going to be, and we'll mentor you from there. You're going to tell us your goals, and we're going to help you reach them. And so ask yourself instead, I told Kasia was saying, and I told her, don't start thinking about oh yeah, but what if I sign up and I suck? And what if I fail? Because typically that's what our human mind does, right? We start thinking of what all the bad things that could happen. Literally, I used to think that, I was going to suck as a coach and nobody was going to sign up. And the people who did sign up were going to think I was horrible, which that doesn't even make sense. If I didn't sign up anybody, how could they think I'm horrible? If you start thinking about it, we just let our mind wander in that direction. And I think that's just human behavior. That's just human nature. But if you stop at that point and just instead of asking yourself, what if I fail? If you start asking yourself, like, who can I help? What kind of a difference would this opportunity make in my life right now? Like, what kind of need would it meet? Would it be for community? Would it be for a purpose? Would it be for a second income? Would it be for my own health? Would it be for inspiring other people around you? Maybe your husband, maybe your mother-in-law, maybe, you know, somebody that you know who needs to lose weight and you want to help them and you don't know how. I'll tell you right up front, being the example is the best way to help them. Nagging doesn't help, but being the example, just doing it yourself. A lot of times moms, you do this for their kids and they see that, you know, the children start to notice and pick up on their behavior and they want to know what they're doing because kids just want to be like their parents. And so instead of just telling them, eat healthy, exercise, put the computer down, go outside, if you start modeling that behavior, they will follow. And so start thinking like, who can this impact? And then start thinking like, why not, right? That was the main question that I asked myself when I had every reason to say no. I asked myself, why the heck not? And I realized it was because of fear. I was afraid that I was going to fail. And I was afraid that, you know, what people were going to think. And I didn't want to be that person. I didn't want to be the person that lives in fear. Our team is really big in faith. Like we honor God and the truth that he has laid out for us. And God tells us that we don't have that spirit. We shouldn't be timid. You know, we should be brave and we should be bold and that we are made to be salt and light in this world. And so we take that to heart and we really use this as an avenue to teach people to believe in themselves again and to honor that truth that God says about them. And so we really hide a little bit behind, you know, this facade of a workout program to just teach people to just change their mindsets and to start like empowering them to believe in themselves again, because a lot of people are missing that nowadays. And so we use this as our Beachbody is our vessel to bring that message of hope and just, you know, help people overcome anxiety, depression, and just, you know, all kinds of problems that people have nowadays. So anyways, I went off on a different rant, but this is me. And then ask yourself, what would it mean to you if you were to be successful? What kind of a difference would that make in your life? Like, how could you think about like a year down the road? How would your life be different if you reached your fitness goals that you've set for yourself? And if you started making an impact and helping others, and what would that mean to you if you actually did bring in an income? And maybe you're struggling, you know, money-wise, financially, and that, you know, I don't take it lightly that, you know, $100 a difference sometimes can make $100 a month can make a big difference for someone, you know. So maybe that's not what brings you into this opportunity, but if it is, guys, I promise you, if you put in the effort, you will make the money. It's just a matter of you concentrating, putting the work in, you know, and being coachable. I think the best thing that I can say for a good coach that would make a good coach is just being open to learning something new, because it is a new skill. It's nothing other than a new skill. You're just learning a new, you know, something new. And so being open to learning that and staying coachable, you know, just doing what your coach says and following the training and just using the system. I think that more often than not, when coaches get frustrated and quit, or when they come in and they're not successful, it's because they try to reinvent the wheel and do things their own way, which just makes things harder. It's literally simple, and we try to complicate it. And I still do it, and I know Kasha still does it. We all try to complicate things that are easy, but that being said, it's like, it's something that we can work on learning to stay. Lost my train of thought because I saw myself. It's really something that you can learn to learn to trust the system and to be open to receiving, you know, criticism and just learning and just staying open, you know, and coachable. It's something that we all can use in all areas. So that was it. And we definitely went over the time, and I'm so sorry. I promised that we were going to keep it at 9:30, but I hope I didn't lose too many people. My hair looks kind of crazy now, but that's okay. But hopefully we're able to cover. It's a lot of information, and I'm sure, 100% sure that I left something out. Oh, how we make money. We really need to cover that. That's not in the slides. Okay, that's a big question, and that's a really important question you want to know, because yes, we help people, but at the end of the day, we run a business. You're exchanging your time, and your time needs to be rewarded by money. So the main thing about the compensation plan, which I can totally send you guys privately. I can send you in a message if you want to see what it looks like. But basically, every time somebody orders something from your website, you get a commission. And that's usually how you first start making money as a coach, because there's actually a couple different ways that we make money, but that's the main one that you would see right away. So if somebody orders a challenge pack from you, for example, $160 challenge pack will give you a $50 commission. It's a flat out bonus. You get that when they first order. And then if they stay on Shakeology, which a lot of people do because it really is great, and a lot of our programs at 80, 90 days. And so they have to stay on Shakeology because they want to follow the program correctly. And so every time they reorder the Shakeology, you also get a commission. If you start to grow a team, once you get 2 coaches, you start earning something called the Team Cycle bonus, which is you don't get any part of what they make. So if your coach sells a challenge pack, kind of like you did, it's $160. They get $50. You don't get a penny of that. However, Beachbody does give you volume. Every time a coach sells something, they get volume for that order. And so when your volume starts to accumulate in your team, you start getting bonuses for that. And so if you grow a team and if you take on that leadership role, you will be rewarded by the Team Cycle bonuses, which basically means like Beachbody recognizes you as a leader and they're saying you're teaching these people how to do this. And so we're going to pay you for that. And so you get weekly, we get paid every week. It gets deposited directly into our bank accounts. And it's on Thursdays. Tomorrow's payday. Whoop, whoop. And it's awesome. And it goes straight to your bank account. And it builds up over time. When I started, I think I was making like $100 a month, maybe $200 a month. I don't remember. It wasn't much, but it does definitely build up, especially with the residual income. People who buy, like we have a lot of free consumable products like our beach bars and our, all of our supplements and Shakeology and all that stuff and the membership subscriptions. And so every time people reorder, we get paid. And so people themselves don't pay us for it, but when they order, we get a commission off of that. And that's what we get paid for to run these groups. And that's how we make money. So sorry that I forgot and left that out, but hopefully you guys were able to catch that. And if you have questions, you can go ahead and post them on the event. I'm going to go ahead and close out because I want to respect your time. And I really apologize that I went over. Say thank you, Kasia, for getting on and helping us and sharing your story. I love you. She's trying to unmute herself, but there you go. Thank you. Thank you so much. Where are you?
Awesome. I am in New Bern, North Carolina.
Oh, you're close to home, but you're not home.
Yes, I'm not home. I'm not home. I'm at the hotel.
Kasia's a flight attendant like me, so.
Yep.
Always flying around. Always flying around. All right, guys, I'm going to let you go and end the call. If you have any questions, make sure that you let us know. And if you're interested in signing up, just contact the person that invited you. Let them know what kind of coach you want to be and get signed up for the challenge group that's going to start now at the beginning of November 1st. I think we have it set for. All right, guys, I will see y'all later. Bye.
Bye, guys.